Hey guys, we are in a slow bleed. We just hit a key level to bounce that I had mapped out 26,105. Okay, and trade of 8 is down and experiencing issues. So I just decided to do a little bit of trading on my practice account because I just love to trade, guys. Um, I loaded up crazy on this little bounce right here because I think we can get, into the 160s or whatever. And if we pass 160, then we can get into 175. And if we pass 175, we can keep going to 185 and to 205. However, this is a slow bleed, guys. And if we are going to bounce, it's going to be here because this is, I think I had this trend line on the 15-minute here. Let me see. Yeah, this is the 15-minute. Nope, it's not the 15. Is it the 5? Okay, I think it's, man, my lines are off. My lines are a little off. However, this is on the 5-minute trend line here, guys. And my mapped out zone for, I believe this was 10 o'clock candle from yesterday, which is a key zone, guys. So if it's going to bounce, this is the bounce area, okay? The 10 o'clock. If not, if we don't hold here, guys, we continue to flush down into here, 26,034, okay? Uh, Probably into the 26,020s, okay? 34 to 20. Start looking for another bounce if we cannot hold 26,100, okay? And so I'm just going to practice trading, since my accounts are down, and hopefully I can make uh, a lot on my practice account here, guys. So, nevertheless, when you do see a crazy amount of profit on my positions, then obviously, I'm on practice account. Usually my big if I have a big day, it's usually like 10, 12 grand. I usually don't try to extend more than that. However, I have had some, I think my biggest day has been like $33,000. So, anyways, if you have a big margin, look, this would have been $100,000 trade right here, guys. More, so that's the benefit. If you have $1 million of margin, poof, you could really, make millions of dollars, you know, per year, easy trading, with $1 million margin. You could easily make a couple $1 million trading a year, I think. Um, Nevertheless, that's my goal. That is my goal, guys. Let's see here. We want to get over on the 1 minute. Let me get back here to I like the 3 minute for today. Okay. You know what's crazy, guys, is that every day, okay, you can, like, some time frames are better for certain days of trading. Okay. And I kind of feel like not mastered fully, but I feel like I'm almost mastering like the 1 minute. The 2 and 3 minute are kind of the same, anyways. And then the 4 and 5 minute are kind of similar too. It's just a little more, you know, zoomed in, slightly zoomed in. But today's a 3 minute day. I mean, look at this. This is 3 minute, lines up perfectly with all the EMAs perfectly. You know, However, the VWAPs never change, unless you start getting into the really bigger time frames, then they start to change some. But 1 to 15 minute time frames, the non VWAP pretty much stays the same. It's not until you get into like the 30-minute, hour, daily, then your non-VWAP start to, differentiate or whatever, guys. So, but anyways, look, that was a $100,000 trade right there. I think we could squeeze a little bit more. Okay. And if anybody knows how to get these lines to line up on all the time frames, because this one's on the 5 minute, but I'm on the 3 minute. I was told if you double click there and you do something in here with the time frame and all that, I wasn't able to figure it out. If anyone knows, let me know, because when I switch into different time frames, it changes, where my lines are. However, my horizontal lines always stay the same. They stay at specific prices. So, okay, guys, but if you look, we've been rejecting right around this area. So I'm probably just going to close it out, take profit on everything, and then, look for, let's do a sell here, guys, and then maybe get a sell into here. Okay. And since we are in a down day, I think we're probably going to get down into here, guys, today, honestly, to 26,000. And if you look on the higher time frame, let's take a look at your 15-minute here. Yeah, I mean, this is a reasonable, pullback here, guys. Let me change this line. Let me make a new line on the 15-minute. Okay. Given this situation here, okay, we want to do a line. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let's do a line like right here, guys. This is going to be a good line, I believe. That could work here. Sometimes your lines work good, and sometimes they don't. Let's see here. Let's go into there. Okay, and then we'll make this purple as well. And then, so basically this kind of matches up right where I think we're going to be at today. Okay. So I did just re-enter a cell. Let's re-enter another one and get another couple up here if we can, and then see if we can bleed down into here. Man, this would have been a nice day if my accounts were working, because I was in cells up here, guys. Literally in cells. And I don't know if you were watching my videos earlier this morning, but I was saying that we could have potentially did a W and then go up. But shortly after open, I started to realize that wasn't going to happen anymore. And I saw the 1, 2, 3 rejection. Okay. And at this point, I was already thinking, well, right here, I was already thinking, yeah, we're going down. When we just couldn't get past this upper middle VWAP. Because remember, if you watch my videos, you have to get past this, guys. And when I seen this, I already knew. I had my stop up here at 94, actually. I had my stop at 94. Okay, I probably would have moved it up here if I needed to 300 to let it play. And I was going to let it bleed, because we've been overextended anyways. And, I was also looking at this FVG, that sort of thing. But yeah, so man, this would have been a really good trading day if my accounts weren't messed up. But it's all good. It's all good. There are always another trading days, but this is just an easy day right here, man. Just an easy bleed. And then if you look, boom. Remember, when we get here like this, what's this downtrend? Okay, so you come up to purple and you just keep downtrending. Okay, and then if we can't hold this, which I don't think we will, but if we can't hold 26,100, we're going to get down here to 26,037, guys. Okay, or 26,020-ish. Okay, right around there. In this zone, it's never perfect, okay, but this is the zone where you'll start to look for the bounce and support and then it lines up with our 15 minutes. See here, our 15 beautiful minute candle line, okay? And so typically you'll bounce here, okay, or you'll come a little bit lower, okay? And if you become super bullish, then you probably hold a little bit above and you never fully make it down. In this scenario, I think we're going to be, on the line, slightly a little bit lower into the 20s, hopefully not down into here into the 25,965, okay? But if I was able to trade this, I would have my stop at like 12, okay, or 10 or 12, and then let it ride, okay, all the way back up. But this is just a slow bleed. It's normal. It's nothing crazy like we're crashing. And basically, if you look at the bigger picture, guys, all we're doing, okay, is we're just getting, what I think is we're going to get back into you see this right here, this upper previous day VWAP right here. All we're doing is just getting back into that area and your 10 o'clock candle, okay, your 10 o'clock candle that was over here, okay, and that's pretty much all we're doing. No, this was the 6 o'clock, sorry. This was the 6 o'clock candle and the previous day upper VWAP for January 26th, so 2 days ago. Okay, that's all we're doing. If we don't decide to hold right here, okay, into yesterday's upper VWAP, but I think this would be a healthy pullback, into the 26,020 area. However, we don't get down here, okay, until we break under 26,100. You have to break under that to drop another, 70, 80 points, 60, 70, 80 points, okay? So that's the trading for today, guys. Just a slow bleed. And then it's going to leave us with a beautiful kind of sloping resistance line, like, probably like right around here. So when we do, finish the day or whatever, if we keep this downtrend going, then we'll be able to make a line, sloping resistance line. So once we get back above this sloping resistance line, boom, long, all the way, guys, all the way. Okay. So anyways, that's the situation with the situation. We'll make another video here in a little bit at the end of the day or when we get down here. And that's it. Keep it going. Have a good day. Bye-bye.